Hey everyone, it's Silvers here today. I'm feeling a little bit better than yesterday, so let's go ahead and take a look at Caitlyn. And I really like Caitlyn from League, so excited to see what she does. 3 mana, and she is PNZ. Okay, not surprised there. Quick attack. I mean, ADCs and Legendary Runeterra, almost all of them have quick attack. It feels like you got Jinx and Lucian. Lots of them have quick attack. Strike, plant 2 flash bombs, still a little bit hard to read. Traps randomly in the top 10 cards of the enemy deck. Alright, now I really want to know what these bombs do. Top 10. 2 in the top 10. Okay, I don't know if they stack either. 5 of your traps have been activated. There's gotta be other ways to shuffle and traps too, I would assume. Sting Officer, Elusive, 2 mana, 2/1. Nexus Strike, plant 2 flash bombs randomly in the top. Okay. Against the draw deck. Alright. Does damage, it looks like?
Suspicious activity detected.
She's too far gone. I'll look at this after. True though.
Examining the evidence.
Some kind of draw there, it looks like. And more bombs too? This setup is pretty funny.
Tell them Caitlyn sends her regards.
I say that because of, they were like, we need something that draws a lot to make sure Caitlyn levels up.
Both of you are visiting headquarters. I aim to win, and my aim is excellent.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Ooh, that art's also really cool. Plant 4 in the top 10. And then we'll look at it after.
Karina, what brings you here? Business.
Karina Mastermind? I like Karina a lot. But now there's 2.
A satisfactory outcome.
Okay. Insider knowledge, both players draw 2? Oh, puff caps. We got more puff cap and I suppose the trap support as well. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Since I kind of saw what was going on in the video, I'm even gonna read the rest of this. Deal damage to the enemy nexus equal to the number of traps activated this round. Oh, that's on strike too, so it's, you know, they draw and then you strike and you get to deal additional damage. Caitlyn's Piltover Peacemaker, so that's her Q in League of Legends. Deal 2 to an enemy and plant 2 flash bomb traps randomly in the top 10 cards of the enemy deck. Create Caitlyn in your deck. So you deal 2 and you plant 2. That seems pretty okay. I mean, it says enemy, which I'm pretty sure that's only units and not the nexus. In this game, enemy is not the nexus. So it's like kind of like a mystic shot. I mean, there's a lot of things in PNZ kind of like a mystic shot, but not exactly. Less flexibility because of the flash bombs and being able to only target the units as well. Wow, 17 cards. Flash bomb trap, deal 1 to a random ally, so that's when you draw it, and okay, so it is an ally also too are the, so it's the followers or the champion, but not Nexus. That's unfortunate. I guess we do already have Teemo though, and these would be pretty nuts if you were just, you know, also putting these in the top 10 as well as mushrooms. And we see the Peacemaker, which we've already read. That one just doesn't shuffle Caitlyn in. So we'll go back to this. Karina Mastermind. I really like the other Karina, so I want to see what this does. Plant 5 flash bomb traps randomly and activate the effects of all traps in the top 5 cards of the enemy deck. Ooh. This is for mushrooms too. Or it says or activate. So 5 flash bomb traps or activate the effects of all the traps in the top 5 cards. So with Teemo decks, this is amazing. I definitely am going to be playing Teemo in Bandlewood, PNZ Bandlewood. And it's going to be great. I'm very excited for it. So that will be this card. I think it will be like a 1 or 2 of for sure in a puff cap deck. It just seems like if you're filling up your opponent's hand, oh gosh, you can play the double puff cap Dreadway thing too, and I'm pretty sure it would work with this. I'm not for sure. If you play Ava Achiever and then Karina Mastermind, because that would be a hilarious combo. It might be even frustrating, but it'll be a really funny combo. There's the Blossom, which is what she makes, and 5 Flash Bomb Traps, or or it's this one. Okay, I was like, wait, that's not it. Okay, or activate the effects of the traps on the top 5 enemy. And if you have flash bombs on it as well, they also activate and deal damage. So this deck is kind of like, we are getting a lot of just like mess with your opponent's deck in this, not the archetype itself, but in this expansion between the prank and the PNZ, which PNZ's always kind of had a bit of that flavor because it hasn't really had a great identity besides being like the gimmicky region. And this is gimmicky in its way, but it's giving it more region identity than it had before, which is really nice. Justice Raider, whenever your opponent draws 1 Flash Bomb Trap randomly in the top 10 cards in the enemy deck, draws, plant 1 Flash Bomb randomly in the top 10. Okay, so they draw, and then you put in a Flash Bomb. 4 mana, 3/4. It's a little bit on stats for a 4 mana card. It's kind of a blocker bench setter. I don't know how I feel about this one. I don't think you get the value you need out of it, but it'll be interesting to see. It does help with Caitlyn though, so Caitlyn's level up. What exactly was it again? Oh, she gets to deal that extra damage. That'll be interesting for sure. Is that it? Yeah, Officer Squad. When I'm summoned, create Most Wanted in hand. It's a 5 mana 4/3. Most Wanted is a 5 mana. Pick a player, discard their lowest cost card to draw 3. So you can do that yourself, or you can, I wonder what, pick a player if you like touch like their hand or like their nexus. I feel like it's probably their nexus. So you can discard your weakest card, your lowest cost card, and then draw 3, or make them do that, which is also pretty funny with like puff cap decks as well, forcing them to draw 2. It's a really interesting design card. However, this is 5 mana into 5 mana. That's such a slow turn. Like, I feel like it's good against control and like nothing else. Station Archivist. Pick a spell in the top 5 cards of your deck and create exact fleeting copy in hand. That's really cool. I like this card a lot. 3 mana, 3/3, so like you can find like Mystic Shots. Revenge Once Upon a Time would have been pretty good. I'm trying to think of other things. I mean, you don't run Naked Mushrooms in it. The 1 mana, put 5 into the opponent's deck. It kind of makes me want to run that though with this card. I don't know, I feel like this is going to find a spot. Top 5 cards, okay, exact copy. Pick a spell in the top 5. So you have to have a spell or else you can't whiff on this, so you do have to have enough spells. I think there'll be enough spells, but I'm not for sure on that. It is fleeting as well. Sting Officer, or this one, is a 2/1 elusive Nexus Strike, plant 2 Flash Bomb Traps, currently in the top 10 cards. This guy seems very good. This guy seems good in aggro, he seems good in control, like, he just seems really good. 2 mana, 2/1 elusive with some upside. Like, that just seems quite strong. Ambush Burst. Give a unit 2/0 this round. If you've added 2 cards to your hand this round, give it elusive. Okay. So, that's pretty strong, as mentioned before. If you're adding 1 card when you draw, and there's a good chance you're drawing more cards too, so this thing is almost always activated. It's like Ghost with +2 attack. And that seems pretty good. I expect this card so much better than Shell Game. There's no comparison. If y'all remember Shell Game, I wish I could just, there it is. Refill your spell mana, give an ally elusive +1/1 this round. It being at 5 is just devastating, even though it refills spell mana. 2 mana is just so much better in every way. Coup de Grace is place an enemy follower into the enemy deck, then your opponent draws 1. And it's a fast! Oh, that seems really good for mushroom decks. That is really good. I mean, it does, hits followers though, and not champions is a bit, dang it, I was thinking champions. If this thing could hit champions, it's amazing. but it is fast. So I feel like on followers, I don't know, it might have a chance. Enemy follower and it's into the enemy deck. It's not on top. It's hard to judge that for that reason. I got really excited, but then I realized it's only followers, but I feel like P&Z just doesn't have any other type of removal, so it seems like there's a chance that this gets played at 5 mana, and you are for sure, like, placing it away, too. Like, you're not just doing damage to it where it can be, like, there's not many ways to react to this card outside of, like, deny and spell shields. So that's pretty important, I would say. Advanced Intel Burst, plant 2 Flash Bomb traps randomly into the top 10 the enemy deck. So this is, alright, the 1 mana, it's kind of like the mushrooms that, the puff caps, the 1 mana put 5 in. So I don't know if this will be red or not. If you're playing Caitlyn, I wouldn't be surprised if it is. I don't really know how you build Caitlyn decks at this time. It seems like putting Caitlyn and mushrooms, there might be too many cards that you're needing to make both of them be successful, but of course we'll probably try it anyway. And then Insider Knowledge, both players draw 2. 3 mana, both players draw 2. Going to be great in Hexcore Foundry decks and Teemo decks. Heck, even in some of the regular P&Z decks, like even like Karma Ezreal Control, where you don't really care about what your opponent's drawing, you just want your resources. I see this, I mean, there is also the other, there's also the other card too, though. The 5 mana one that dips down to 3. Is that a Bandlewood card, though, I think? Where is it? Hidden Pathways is Bandlewood. Okay, so that's Bandlewood. Yeah, I think this draw card will see so much play, even though it's both players. Usually in P&Z, it feels pretty beneficial for you to be drawing cards, even if your opponent's drawing cards as well. It depends on what deck you're against. If you're playing a mushroom or trap deck, it's definitely going to be the case where Insider Knowledge is going to be very good for you in comparison to your opponent, because they will be drawing either the flash bombs and dealing damage to their own units, or they'll be drawing mushrooms and also dealing a lot of damage to themselves as well. So I'm very excited about this reveal. I think it gives P&Z some much needed flavor and identity, and going to the sabotaging your opponent's deck. I love this Karina card. I love Karina, and it's nice to see another form of her, and she even has a choice between 2 things that you can do, which is really neat as well. Flash bombs will be interesting to see as well. I don't know how quickly these will ramp up. The 2 mana 2/1 with elusive seems very strong. I think this card is very cool as well, where I feel like there could be some neat things you can do with it. I'm not for sure what my plans are for it yet, but it seems nice to have that. Also too, I don't know if this reshuffles after. That's my big question. I assume that it does, but it might not. I don't know if it's like Elnux, which I assume it was. I'm assuming you play it, you see like 3 spells out of like the 5 cards, you pick one, get the fleeting copy, and then it reshuffles the whole deck. But I don't know if that works that way. Something interesting to note is that against the predict mechanic too, these flash bombs will no longer be in the top 10 cards of the deck, I don't believe. Unless they change it where instead of attached to the card, they're attached to the slot at which the card is in. So even the cards move, the slot at which it will be drawn stays. I actually don't know for sure how that works. I always assumed that it was attached to the card though. And another way that kind of confirms that it's attached to the card and not to the slot is the Stinky Womp, Last Breath, Copy Me, and the enemy deck with 2 poison puff caps attached. This kind of confirms that it is attached to the card and not to the slot. So predict cards can, you know, do a little bit of a weird thing against this, I suppose. So I don't know exactly how that works either, but if you know how common it will be. So really cool review or reveal. Gosh, words are hard. Really cool reveal. I'm really excited for the P&Z archetype in general. It is fun and gimmicky. I enjoy playing it. Is it possible maybe to play like Echo Caitlyn? Probably not, but I like the idea of it. Echo Caitlyn and Shurima. I don't know, I'm just trying to think of like the more gimmicky champions, putting them together sounds like fun. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you for the next one. Bye everyone!